Hello, everyone, and welcome. Are you ready to absolutely master that 10-mark letter writing question in your English exam? Well, you are in exactly the right place. In this explainer, we're going to break down the perfect strategy you need to score full marks every single time. So, what's on the agenda today? Here's a quick rundown of our game plan. We'll kick things off with the basics, then we'll look at the specific blueprints for each type of letter. After that, we'll dive into crafting your content, and we'll wrap it all up with a winning strategy and the most important takeaways. Okay, let's get right into it. First things first, the basics. We've got to understand the fundamentals before we can build our masterpiece. So, why should you care so much about this one question? Well, it's simple. It's worth a massive 10 marks. But here's the real secret. It's not just about writing a nice story. This is a skill-based question. That means the examiner has a checklist, and getting the format and the structure perfect, that's like getting half the marks before you've even written a single full sentence. In your exam, you're going to face one of two types of letters. On one hand, you've got your formal letters. Think about writing to your principal to ask for something, or maybe to a newspaper editor about an issue in your town. The vibe here is serious, professional, and super polite. Then, on the other hand, you have the informal letters. These are the fun ones. You're writing to your best friend, your cousin, or maybe your parents. Here, you can be totally casual, friendly, and just be yourself. All right, now for the part where you can score some really easy marks. Let's look at the blueprint, the exact structure for each letter. Okay, check this out. This is the exact architecture of a formal letter. You've got to follow this to the letter, no pun intended. You start with your address on the top left, then the date, then the person you're writing to. After a polite sir or madam, you absolutely must have a subject line. Why? Well, imagine your principal is super busy. The subject line tells them exactly what your letter is about in just a few words. It's a total game changer. Then comes the main body, and you wrap it up with yours faithfully and your full name. Now, let's flip over to the informal letter. See the difference? It's so much simpler, right? Your address and the date just pop over to the top right. Your greeting is warm and friendly, like, Dear Priya. Then you jump into the body of the letter, and you close it out with something like, Yours lovingly, followed by just your first name. No need for all that extra stuff like a subject line. So, getting the openings and closings right is absolutely crucial. This slide lays it out perfectly. Formal letters get sir/madam and yours faithfully. Informal letters get dear name and yours lovingly. But hey, lean in, because here's a fantastic pro tip for you. For formal letters, always add thanking you on its own line right before yours faithfully. It's a tiny detail, but it shows you're polite and you know what you're doing. It really makes a difference. All right, you've got the format down cold. Now for the main event, the heart of the letter. Let's talk about the content. Okay, here is the secret weapon. I call it the 3-paragraph engine. It works for every letter, formal or informal. So for a formal letter, it's simple. Paragraph 1 is your intro. Why are you writing? Paragraph 2 gives all the juicy details. And paragraph 3 is your conclusion. What do you want them to do? For an informal letter, it's pretty much the same idea, just friendlier. Paragraph 1 is for saying hello. Paragraph 2 is where you share all your news. And paragraph 3 is for goodbyes and asking them to write back. Easy, right? Ever get that feeling where you're just staring at a blank page? Yeah, me too. Well, this formal toolkit is your new best friend. It gives you these powerful, ready-to-use phrases. So instead of saying something boring like, I'm writing about a problem, you can use a much more professional opener like, I wish to bring to your kind notice. It just instantly makes you sound smarter and more confident. Okay, that's enough theory. Let's see this blueprint in action with a real example. This is a formal complaint about broken streetlights. Look closely. See how it follows the structure we just talked about? You've got the address on the left, a super clear subject line, those 3 distinct paragraphs, and the formal closing. This right here, this is a perfect score letter. But what about when you're writing to a friend? Don't worry, we've got a toolkit for that too. These phrases are all about creating that warm, friendly vibe from the get-go. Starting with something like, how are you? I hope you are in good health and spirits is such a nice touch before you dive into your news. And here's the informal letter in the wild. This one's to a friend, Ramesh, talking about the school's annual day. Notice the heading on the top right, the super casual Dear Ramesh. The whole tone is just friendly and chatty. And look how it closes, yours lovingly, and just the first name, Ravi. That's exactly how you do it. Okay, deep breath. You've got all the pieces of the puzzle. Now let's put them together into a foolproof strategy you can use in the exam hall. Here it is, your 5-step battle plan. Step 1, read the question. I mean, really read it. Is it formal or informal? Step 2, immediately sketch out the correct layout. Don't even think, just do it. Step 3, build the body using our 3-paragraph engine. Step 4, keep the tone right, polite for formal, chatty for informal. And step 5, and this is probably the most important one, review. Take 30 seconds to check for silly spelling or grammar mistakes. It can save you a mark or two. And now, let me give you 4 golden rules, straight from an examiner's perspective. First, stick to the word count. Don't write a novel. Second, use linking words, therefore, however, next, to make your ideas flow smoothly. Third, stay on topic. If the question is about streetlights, don't start talking about your vacation. And finally, please, 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 presentation matters. Neat handwriting makes the examiner happy. A happy examiner gives better marks. It's that simple. Look, we can talk about this all day, but nothing beats actually doing it. Practice is what turns knowledge into a skill. So I'm challenging you. Go on, try writing a formal letter to your principal or an informal one to your cousin about your last birthday. The more you write, the easier it'll get, I promise. All right, we've covered a ton of ground. Let's bring it all home. What are the absolute must-knows to lock in that perfect score? It really just boils down to these 4 simple actions. First, identify the letter type. Second, structure it with the right blueprint. Third, draft the body using that 3-paragraph method. And fourth, refine your work. Check it over. Just remember this simple formula. Great presentation plus perfect precision equals full marks, every single time. So, to wrap it all up, let's do a super quick recap of your key takeaways. Number 1, format first. That structure is where you get your easy marks. 2, the 3-paragraph rule. It keeps your thoughts organized. 3, tone is key. You wouldn't talk to your principal the same way you talk to your best friend, right? And 4, practice makes perfect. Don't let the exam be the first time you're trying this out for real. Okay, so you now have the complete blueprint for success. You know exactly what to do. So I have just one question for you. Which letter are you going to practice first? Are you going to tackle a formal one or start with a fun, informal one? Go back to that practice slide, pick one, and just get started. You can totally do this.